What's up, YouTube? This is obviously a very impromptu video. It is 3:46 in the morning on a Saturday, and I just got back from essentially a rave. And this is just on my mind, and I can't go to sleep, and I'm just losing it. So, why not make a video? So I talked a little bit like last week, basically. This person I was seeing, we were having trouble. And like for the purpose of this video, this person's name is going to be called Apple. So I was talking to Apple since September. And then like we kind of basically started dating. And then it was after that things got rocky, and it got to the point where like I came off my medication. So I, of course, being bipolar, needed more time to like understand like everything. Coming off of medication was like hard and still has been hard. Like I haven't had a crazy mood shifts at all. I haven't been manic or depressed. I've definitely struggled with feelings, struggled with like definitely making sure I don't go into like any of those episodes. Like right now, I'm super sad and like honestly like I feel like I'm heartbroken that I've lost this person. And it's affecting my mood a lot more than it probably would have if I was on lithium. I consider lithium to be like a shield for me. Like, it didn't fix my bipolar disorder, but it made it easier for me to handle certain things. I came off my medicine, and things at work were getting a lot more hectic. Like, I still like hadn't really been in Atlanta that long. Like, I had been traveling so much throughout the fall. I was gone for 5 weeks in Chicago, and then I went to Vegas, and it was like I'm just now coming back home to like a home that honestly is still pretty foreign. Like, wasn't born here. I'm from Chicago, so it's like Atlanta's still new. Long story short, like all of this was like I need time to sort of think. Like I definitely like cared about Apple. I didn't like see myself leaving Apple. I just knew that like I needed space from Apple. And remember, Apple is like, I don't know why I chose Apple. I'm thinking about apples. Apple's the person I was talking to. I told Apple, I was like, yo, this has nothing to do with you. Like I just need to figure out like my life. I need to get a routine in place. I need to make sure that like I'm doing everything necessary to make sure I don't go like batshit crazy, because I'm not taking my medicine, and like things are good now, but things can get bad really, really quickly. And it got to the point where I was like, I don't know if I can like spend the night with you every night, and I don't know if I can hang out with you on the weekends, and like I need space and like time to think about like how this is gonna work, because I also felt like we had been arguing a lot. In general, I just wasn't able to meet Apple's needs, and they like weren't able to meet mine. I guess I should probably talk about that as well, give some context. We're in two different life stages. Apple is still in school. I've graduated, so like it's fine, but like also there were points in time where like I'm not in class, like I'm working, or like, I have extra freedom and Apple doesn't, and you kind of like it kind of becomes a problem. Like, as you can imagine, like having to travel to their school, like sleeping there, them having to travel here, like it just naturally caused problems. But like we pushed through it because we really like, cared about each other. So now it was like when I established the rule that like I couldn't necessarily see them as much, I'm kind of beating myself up for it, because it wasn't that like I did not like them or I didn't care about them or any of that. It was just that like I don't know how else to like do this, like besides just like taking like a week. It's only been 2 weeks, you guys, which I think is absurd. I just needed like 2 weeks, and like we ended up calling it like a break. I was like, if that's what needs to be like happening, because obviously we're butting heads, and like I'm not meeting your expectations. Like I cannot give you what you want in this period of time, which is what you want is for me to be consumed, not consumed in a bad way, but like they want like that type of relationship that was just like always together, super lovey-dovey, like, which is like fine for me, but like one, I don't necessarily enjoy anyway. Like I love my space. I'm a Sagittarius, if y'all believe in that. I'm very independent, but I do fall hard. I do care about the people, and I think I just worded it as being like, hey, I need time away from you. and they kind of saw it as being like, damn, like you're going through issues, like why can't I help you go through these issues? Like we're together. Like Apple wanted to help me kind of deal with that, and I kind of ended up pushing them away, which looking back on it, I probably shouldn't do. But it wasn't that I didn't want them to help me. It's just that like I have my way of dealing with things, and like I understand that like maybe that's not good, but like I can't change that right now. I can work on changing it, which is what I told them. I told them like, we can work on changing this together, but like right now, again, 2 weeks, like I don't think things can change. And it's just now around this point where like I've established my routine, I've established sort of my work habits. Like I've been in Atlanta now for 2 weeks, like not traveling like for the first time in 2 weeks. And I feel a lot more stable. And now it's like, well, frack, my relationship is falling apart. So we're not together at all. I blocked Apple today on everything because it got to the point where it was like, we ended up taking a break because I thought that was best. And that break turned into Apple essentially losing feelings and being like, we should break up, which is not what I was saying. Like I said, we needed a break because I knew we didn't want to break up. I didn't know what we wanted to do, but because I knew that would hurt me and I cared, I knew that I needed time because like I act on impulses all the time, like just with my moods. And because I'm not on my medication, I just like, that's all I was asking for. And now I feel like that because of my like bipolar disorder, essentially, because of me taking like what I needed, and maybe that's like what I shouldn't have done. Like maybe I shouldn't have taken that break. I've kind of ruined this relationship because it made it to the point where like I blocked Apple on everything because it was so painful. One, seeing Apple on everything, and Apple still talks to me, not as much, but still talks to me. And that was hard because it was like we used to talk every day. And I know I used to complain about it, but that was only because I was going through shit. Like I wasn't complaining about it because like I hated it. Like I'm doing better now and I'm ready to come back. But it's like Apple's done. So it was sort of just like I got angry because I was like, all I was asking for was time. And I feel like I just wasn't given that. And that's not a bad thing. Like Apple has every right to be like, this is not the relationship I want. Things are hard enough as is. I have my own life. I'm still in school. Like all of these reasons, like I guess I'm angry, I'm hurt, and I'm upset, but like it really was a hard working relationship. Like the gears were starting to move slowly, which is why I said break, because I thought we could work things out and maybe structure it along my recovery pattern and sort of what they needed. And I kind of just regret doing that. Like I know in the long run probably would have been better for me. Like this is what was good for me. I needed this. But I feel like maybe the way I worded it or like the way it came off was wrong. 'Cause I still believe in my heart that like we could possibly have been together and work things out. And with my attachment like disorder and problems, I am having a hard time of letting that go. Which is why I blocked them, so I could like not be weak and text them and like try to be friends. I would love to be friends with them, but like I don't know. Maybe it's me being off my medicine and I'm hearing like these these thoughts that are telling me like they don't care about you. And like if they cared about you, then they like wouldn't have like, oh yeah, Apple texted me and was like, I'm hanging out with someone, just so you know. Like this was a week after we not even a week. It was like a few days after we broke up. We had been on a break for a week, but a few days after we officially broke up, they were like, yeah, I'm gonna like go hang out with someone. To me, that means like date. And like I was like, okay, that makes sense. We're not together. Do what you want. But I was like, bro, it's been 4 days. Like, when did you meet this person? Was it during the break when we said we weren't gonna meet somebody? And it just felt like I hadn't even like thought about seeing somebody else. Well, that's okay, not true. I had thought about it, but I hadn't done it. Like I was like, maybe I could, but I was like, no, because like they were supposed to be, even though we're broken up, we agreed to still work on things. Like maybe, after, 2 weeks is over, like we can come back and reevaluate things. Like that's what we set on. And it was sort of like this whole like scenario, this whole like thing that happened gave them the chance to move further away from me. And like they didn't wait. Apple didn't wait. And that, I'm having a hard time dealing with that, you guys. So I know this video honestly was just a lot of details about what's going on, but I try to stray away from that and try to talk more about feelings, but like the details are honestly just killing me. And I feel like I wish I could go back in time and sort of change how I worded things, how I presented arguments, because it's just like That's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about every little thing that I said that led up to this point and how I could change it and possibly like reword it to like change the outcome. Because I'm blaming myself because it is my fault. But like, if I had just kept my big mouth shut and sucked it up and had just continued the relationship how we normally had and like dealt with the bipolar thing like with them, and everything would be great right now. But I didn't. I like thought that our relationship was strong enough for me to take time. And obviously like it's not just them like leaving me because like I said I needed like time for like my bipolar disorder. So like, I mean, yes, that's a huge reason, but like it was my actions as well. Like I wasn't a saint. I obviously wasn't a saint because this person isn't an asshole, but I am pissed at them towards the end because it was sort of like, I was told one thing, like, I'll wait for you. Like we can see how we can reestablish this. We can do all of this. Like, I just think that we need an official breaking up space, which is like what I said. I just didn't quantify it with terms. And now it's like, well, I did that and now this person's gone, which is how I feel about like literally all of my relationships. Like I literally feel that like, it's like number one fear is people leaving me based off like what I need or based off like what I'm doing. Like the fact that I expressed what I needed, that person wasn't like down with it, and they kind of lied about what they said they were gonna do and misled me, and now I'm like looking stupid, I feel like, and I'm hurt. And this is like what I was trying to avoid in all relationships. So I'm having a hard time, you guys. It's gonna be okay. It has to be okay. But I'm trying not to slip into like a depressive episode because I just feel so lonely and sad. And it's crazy because like in the back part of my mind, I know things are gonna be okay. I know that maybe I'm better off without this relationship. Like maybe things will be fine. Things will be fine. But like, why does it hurt so much to the point where like, I would have made this relationship work. I want to make the relationship work still, but this person doesn't want to. And that's like where I'm just like, I thought we had something. I thought that like, no matter what, we could always come back. And that's just like not how it works. And I guess this could apply to any relationship, but I think because this is so attached to like my behavior being bipolar and what I was trying to do, it really like makes me think that like if I didn't have this illness, then I wouldn't have been all weird and had anxiety and freaked out when I was off my medicine and like needing space. Like I wouldn't have freaked out in that way. They wouldn't have been pissed off thinking I don't care about them. We wouldn't have had this miscommunication, and Apple would be here like in my bed and we could be having a good old time. We'd probably be asleep because it's fucking 4 a.m. now. But yeah, I've rambled enough in this video and like I feel like I look a hot mess, and I'm just gonna upload this because I feel like it's important, and I feel like I'm gonna check out if I don't. All right, y'all. Good morning, I guess, and thanks for watching. I'll keep y'all updated on how like this whole attachment thing is going. I'm trying so hard not to spiral. I know that like I have plenty of people in my life who love me, who aren't gonna like leave me, and like I also know that like I kind of sabotage it in the sense that like I fucking like blocked Apple and everything. Like we could have been friends. I didn't have to sever that relationship. Maybe that was an impulsive decision. I definitely regret it, but like I'm also like the like voices or like my impulsive thoughts are saying like you can't be weak and go back now. You have to remain strong. Like I did unblock their phone number. So if like they do call me or text me, they can do that. I'm not sure if they responded to my like text. I basically said like fuck you, like we're done, cut everything off, blocked them. So if they fucking responded, I don't know. If they want to respond after that, they can. It's just that you guys see the dilemma. It's all fucked up. All right, y'all. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I know after watching this, you're probably like, this is a mess, not subscribing. But you should, because I have plenty of good videos, and I hope this is informative. But yeah, turn on those notifications for new videos. My hair like looks, it's all just a mess. All right, y'all. Peace.